There are fears that Canada is losing the edge in artificial intelligence, while other countries are rapidly ramping up. Let's get more from Stephanie Terrill, Managing Partner of Digital at KPMG Canada. Thanks very much indeed for joining us, Stephanie. You guys were involved in a study in multiple countries about attitudes to and adoption of AI. And one thing you found, it sounds disturbing, is that Canada is among the least literate when it comes to AI. What does that mean?
It is somewhat concerning. What that means is that Canadians are not embracing the use of artificial intelligence in how they work, how they live their lives. And so, similar to reading, our literacy isn't where it needs to be when you compare us to on the global stage.
So what kind of things are you talking about? Just ordinary people's use of AI in their lives?
I'm talking more, yes, there's ordinary people using AI, and I think we've done a good job of adopting AI in our personal lives day to day, but it's actually how do we embed AI in the workflows, the functions that we actually do in our business lives within organizations, within different sectors of the economy. We're not seeing that literacy that we would like to see when we compare ourselves to our global peers. And there's some reluctance around trusting AI and really embedding it in how we perform our day-to-day work and how we work.
Because, I mean, Canada, we often hear, has among the most highly educated populations in the world, a huge number of people with third-level training, for example. But you say that among 47 countries, Canada came in fourth worst.
Yes, that's what the survey revealed. And part of that, if you dig under the survey, is a component is a lower trust level in technology that we're seeing from other countries. So what does that mean? Leaders have a lower degree of trust in handing tasks and work over to AI, large language models, or if you want to call it the machine, to come up with the answer and trust that their team members will actually validate those answers. So that's one of the hypotheses that we have. And we also believe, KPMG believes, that we'd like to see more investment put towards adoption and organizations really investing in the adoption of AI by their team members, changing the way people work. And so it's a component of trust and it's a component of investment. And that really needs to start in higher education. We want to start to create literacy right at primary school, through to high school, through to higher education, and then that'll translate into the workforce. So that's some of the insights that we have from the survey, and KPMG ranking much lower than we would have certainly hoped.
Is it partly company? We have heard that Canadian companies over the years have dragged their feet when it comes to investing in training and investment per employee. Is it part of that problem?
It's part of the problem, absolutely, in investing in technology. And I think embracing that when technology first comes out, it's not going to be perfect. So I would really encourage a bit of a dial-up on the let's try something, it'll get refined, let's improve it. And invest in actually use cases and learning how to use the technology, and trust that the technology will get better, as we've seen in the past, as it gets developed. But certainly there has been an underinvestment in Canada in our people in our people becoming digitally literate.
Just talk to us about concerns. Do Canadians have concerns about AI?
I think there's definitely concerns twofold around our productivity measures and how we're stacking up globally, and AI can accelerate that. On the other side of the equation is the conservative nature that we have ingrained in our culture, and our reluctance to embrace things such as AI in the early stages of deployment. If we look, say, south to the border in the Silicon Valley, they've been using AI for some time and have embedded it at scale. And I think that's something that, Canada needs to move along that adoption curve and embed AI in how we work, and really trust that AI is something that we can rely on and overlay human judgment.
You put your finger on it. I mean, I use AI sometimes, but I always make sure I double check whatever it tells me. Because can we ever, we hear about these hallucinations, etc. Can we ever really trust it?
I mean, I think you need to use AI for the appropriate use cases, but there's always going to be, human will all, in our belief at KPMG, is that there is always a role for the human in AI. It's really changing how we work and getting a lot of the mundane or research-based, analyst-based, a lot of that ingestion of data that's so time-consuming to allow AI to do that and come out with the prediction, as in the answer, a proposed answer, and then the human really needs, nothing, replaces judgment that humans have. And having a mind shift to think that way is something that I think is holding us back from adopting AI, and hence the results on the survey.